Hello and welcome. This week we have our message from Rhianna Golden, who asks us, whose shoes are you in, yours or Jesus? And explores the cost of discipleship outlined in Luke 14 and Romans 3. Carry on listening and we hope you enjoy it. God bless. See you next time.
So, welcome to today's deep dive. Today we're looking at a pretty fascinating source. It's a sermon from an 18-year-old named Rihanna, and she actually freely admits to hoarding like 32 pairs of shoes.
Right, which is quite the collection.
Yeah, it really is. But she somehow turns her closet into this deeply uncomfortable question about what it actually means to commit. So our mission today is to explore that striking difference between, casual belief and true commitment. And we're doing it using this surprisingly funny mix-up about footwear.
Yeah, the footwear thing is brilliant. She kind of leverages this adorable childhood memory to set it all up. When she was 7, she was walking through London and heard a street vendor shouting out, trying to sell the Big Issue magazine.
Oh, right, the street paper.
Exactly. But her 7-year-old ears heard him begging for bigger shoes. I mean, her grandmother actually sent that misunderstanding into Reader's Digest and won 50 pounds for it.
Oh, wow. I love that.
Yeah.
50 pounds just for a funny mix-up.
Right. But she pivots from that innocent little memory straight to her current 32-pair shoe collection to, hit you, the listener, with a real challenge.
Yeah, she has this really diagnostic question. Are you trying to stand in too many of your own shoes rather than actually walking in Jesus' shoes?
It's a great visual, and she ties this back to a core thesis she picked up at a youth festival called Limitless. The whole idea is salvation is free, but discipleship costs.
Honestly, when we get into what that cost actually looks like, the language she brings up from Luke 14 is genuinely shocking. I mean, Jesus says a disciple must, quote unquote, hate their father, mother, and even their own life.
Yeah, it's intense.
It is. Hate is just such incredibly harsh language.
It is, but the friction there is intentional. It's not about literal animosity, it's about ultimate priority. It basically means elevating your faith and sacrifice so high above family loyalty or self-preservation that by comparison, it just looks like rejection.
Right, it's about the contrast.
Exactly. She points to Genesis 22, the story of Abraham being willing to sacrifice his son Isaac, to illustrate what severing that reliance on your earthly identities actually looks like in practice. It's an extreme example of obedience.
It makes me think about a gym membership, actually. Like someone handing you the contract and paying your initiation fee. That's salvation. It costs you absolutely nothing to accept it.
Oh, that's a good way to look at it.
Yeah, but the discipleship part, that's the daily agonizing act of actually getting up and working out. It's the sweat, carrying your daily cross, putting in the actual painful work. That is where the true cost lies.
I like the gym analogy because it highlights the daily struggle. The cost she's talking about in Luke 14 is about a complete surrender of your own agenda. If you're holding on to your comfortable identity, your own pristine shoes, you can't actually put on his.
But wait, if the standard requires abandoning your own agenda completely and the workout is that grueling, we are absolutely all going to fail. I mean, nobody has that kind of flawless stamina.
Which naturally necessitates a mechanism for that failure. Because, like you said, the impossible standard of Luke 14 would leave everyone disqualified. So she transitions to Romans 3.
Right, the reality check.
Exactly. Everyone's shoes get dirty because nobody is perfect. The law cannot justify humanity. Instead, grace is given freely as a gift despite our flaws. It's the mechanism that allows you to keep walking even after you've scuffed your boots.
So you get the grace for the scuffs, but she also brings in this really intense warning from Luke 14 about not losing your saltiness, right?
Yeah, the chemistry of salt in that era made it incredibly valuable as a preservative, but if it absorbed impurities from the dirt around it, it became chemically useless. So the mechanism she's highlighting is dilution.
So letting the world water you down.
Right. If you constantly stand in the wrong shoes, getting distracted by the comforts of your own closet, you absorb those impurities. You lose the distinct radical edge required to actually be of use to God.
The ultimate takeaway for the listener here is really about the danger of just observing. True commitment means showing up 7 days a week, not just on Sundays.
You can't just sit on the outside.
Exactly. And Rihanna mentions Jesus' warning to count the cost before building a tower, to make sure you have what it takes to finish it.
It's such a powerful call to audit your own life.
It really is. So think about your own life. What is a deeply held belief or identity where you've happily claimed the label, but you haven't actually calculated the daily cost of living it out?